You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, guys, before we actually get into today's video, Rhodes and I will be live on Black and White Network tonight at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time to actually cover the presidential election. Okay. Now, with that being said, guys, that actually kind of ties into the video that we're going to be talking about right now. Nick Bosa. As you guys already know, Nick Bosa is a Trump supporter. And then Sunday before last, Nick Bosa wore a MAGA hat in the post game. Game's over with. Okay. He crashes Brock Purdy's post game interview, and he walks in with a MAGA hat. A whole 2 seconds, he didn't say anything, but apparently Nick Bosa will be punished by the NFL. And I believe the NFL is absolute hypocrites on this, because the NFL definitely has been political. I mean, players are actually allowed to have social justice left-wing slogans on the back of the helmets. In the end zones, you still see end racism, and it takes all of us, that kind of thing as well. And by the way, guys, the NFL is actively running commercials for voting. So the NFL, man, is definitely into politics. But if you want to support Donald Trump, then that is a problem for the NFL. The NFL, guys, better be very, very careful. They don't want to be like the NBA, man, and alienate half of the audience. But folks, we got some more news here, man, on this Nick Bosa thing. We're still waiting on punishment to come down to him from the NFL. I do believe he will be punished. What kind of a fine? Not really sure, but right here, we may actually have an idea on how much he will be fined. Look at this, guys. NFL team reportedly used MAGA hat stunt from 49ers Nick Bosa to warn players. You see, folks, this is intimidation if you actually support President Trump. Let's read it, guys. It says right here, an NFL team reportedly used San Francisco 49ers star Nick Bosa's Donald Trump supporting stunt to warn his players about the potential costs of speaking out ahead of the election day. In his weekly notebook at Sports Illustrated, NFL insider Albert Breer said the conversation in NFL circles about the U.S. presidential election has been way more toned down compared to the past two elections. But to see whether that was intentional or not, Breer checked in with 9 NFL teams to see what the teams were telling their players. According to Breer, one of the teams used Bosa going on Sunday Night Football to show off a Make America Great Again hat as a negative example. Wow. Negative. I thought we actually had the right to free speech here in this country, guys. Free expression. That's on the ballot. That is definitely on the ballot. But look at this here. Quote, the first team had its public relations director address the team Thursday, Breer wrote. The PR chief raised the example from last weekend of Nick Bosa telling players he'd lose a sum of at least 5 figures from the fallout, and he didn't even utter a word, in emphasizing to the players that while they are free to speak out, there can be a cost to it. Other words, guys, the NFL wants these players to shut up if you support President Trump. Like I said, guys, the NFL has been engaged in politics. If you guys watch football on Sunday, you'll see these NFL vote commercials. You see that. So the NFL is definitely involved in politics. But if you deviate away from the NFL narrative, then that's a problem if you support President Trump. Wow. Now, I know that the NBA is different, but LeBron James went out there and supported Kamala Harris. The NBA is not going to punish LeBron James. I mean, the NBA had all kind of slogans and stuff on the court, BLM Marxist shirts, definitely political. But that's okay because that is the left. I mean, would the NBA or the NFL actually ever go out there and actually have players rock MAGA hats? I highly doubt it. But if you speak out in support of President Trump, the NFL is saying that's going to be a cost. They're going to take your money. Wow. This is crazy here. And of course, they actually bring up the NFL rule book in place. Rule 5, Section 4, Article 8, stating that the NFL expressly prohibits messages related to political activities or causes during any moment a player is visible to the stadium and television audience. Really? Because players are actually allowed to kneel for the national anthem, right? And we already talked about the end zone slogans and stuff like that. And the NFL getting crushed all the time now when they want to play the quote unquote black national anthem. Yes, they want to do that to divide the fans and divide the country. The NFL has definitely taken a left-wing stance. That unnamed NFL team's PR chief then apparently lied to the team's players based on what Breer reported from the PR person's message. Quote, he added that, as a result, Bosa's teammates had to answer questions they otherwise wouldn't have had to, as an example of how a personal statement can become a team matter. What? Really? Nah. No 49ers player was asked to address Bosa's political hat stunt in the aftermath of Sunday's game. And other than the three players being interviewed by NBC, tight end George Kittle, quarterback Brock Purdy, and running back Isaac Guerrero, most likely didn't even know it happened until after the game. With the Niners on a bye, players didn't have a mandatory media availability for the entire week after Sunday's win over the Cowboys. Yeah, I don't remember any player having to address Nick Bosa wearing the MAGA hat. And there's been other players now that have also come out and supported President Trump. Who was it the other night, man? Guy from the Chiefs? Not Harrison Butker. It was another player. Came out, rocked the MAGA hat. I don't remember who it was, guys. I just saw this probably like an hour ago. I didn't pay too much attention to it. But if you guys remember, let me know that in the comment section, guys. But you see, I told you guys, the NFL has a serious problem. Now, PR people are coming out and quote unquote warning players about publicly supporting President Trump, man. Because I'm willing to bet if a player actually came out and expressed support for Kamala Harris, the NFL would say nothing. And by the way, guys, I haven't heard about a single NFL player coming out and supporting Kamala Harris. I haven't seen it. Maybe I actually missed something. I could be wrong. But all of the support from NFL players so far have actually been for President Trump. And maybe the NFL doesn't like that. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.